Alright guys, welcome back to our channel. Well, in the previous video you saw that we installed the RBC intake manifold with the hybrid racing adapter and the Skunk 2 70mm throttle body. So and then we did a little bit of porting here. So we're still waiting for the TPS and the idle air control valve to arrive. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what I have next installed for the motor. So in this box here we have a K-Tune K-Swap fuel system. So this is pretty much just the kit to get you going. So we got some lines here, fuel lines. What do we have? Some tools and nuts and bolts from K-Tune, small fuel lines, and then we got a K-Tune fuel pressure reg. So this is going to mount on one of the strut towers. So this is a K-Tune gauge. So that's going to go on the rail. So we've got another fitting. We've got a sticker, K-Tune sticker, and we've got a, I believe, a billet fuel rail. So I'm going to be installing this today. So I want to be want to be productive while I wait for the parts to arrive. So I'm going to do a half install of the fuel system. So we're going to have to take the old injectors out of this guy here, clean them up, and then we're going to put them on our motor here. So we're going to go ahead and just remove the old fuel rail off the manifold here. So pretty much two 12 mils. So I'm trying to get stuff done kind of every day, even if I'm waiting for parts. So. Alright guys, as you saw, it was a little bit tricky getting it out. It was just stuck because there's carbon buildup in I don't know if you can see it, but there's carbon buildup in these injector holes here. So on the old manifold, there's a whole bunch of gunk here. So that's the injector, pretty dirty. I might see if I can clean it up with carby cleaner. Alright guys, so I'm using a bit of this nylon throttle body carby cleaner just to clean the ends. Get rid of all the carbon buildup. There's a ton of carbon right on the tip here. So I've cleaned all that up. So we're going to go ahead now and put it into the K-Tune housing here. So we're going to put a little bit of, just a little bit of moly grease here and a little bit here, just so that we don't kink the seal. Alright, so underneath the fuel rail there's a little piece here for if you want to run the gauge in the center. You can buy this little adapter that allows you to run that, but I'm going to run it on the fuel pressure reg here like this, because I don't want to spend 60 bucks on a little adapter at the moment. So I have to block this hole here. So I'm going to be using a bolt. And I'm going to be using this Loctite thread sealant, so hopefully it can withstand the pressure that will be coming out that little hole, and also not leak. So we'll put a little bit on this thread here. Pretty expensive stuff. You don't want to be wasting any of this. It's $40. Alright, so hopefully that's going to hold. We'll see. If it doesn't hold, then I'll get the proper thing, eh? I need one like I need one like that, so I've got to go and find one. But at the moment, a bolt will do. That's a bit of grease on here, on all of them. Not too much, just a bit. Alright, just to help it in. Alright, and it should just sit in like that. I believe it's connector up. So like that, connector up. That connector up, and we'll go ahead and sit it in the manifold now. Right, so that just sits in. I don't think you need these clips because it seems to be held in by these bolts here, so I don't think you need them. There's no slots to have them anyways. Alright, so it comes with the Allen bolts, nice and shiny. 1, 2. So they look like they're 6 mils. So we'll just hand tighten this, not too tight because this is only like pretty soft metal, so you don't want to crack it. Alright guys, so there was a little bit of a gap here between the rail and the manifold, so I've just put 2 washers in there, so that is in. So these injectors shouldn't go anywhere. Right, so we gotta put the fittings on the end here. So this is a OEM K-tune fuel system. So it uses the filter that's on the chassis there. So we're gonna go ahead and put the AN fittings on now. So this is just a quick mock-up of how the K-tune OEM fuel system goes. So the kit, so this here, so then this here runs to the OEM filter location that's on the firewall. So this is your supply, and it runs down here, goes into the rail, injectors there, and then it comes out of here. And then this one here is going to be on the tower, on the strut tower. So the fuel pressure reg, and then we're going to set it up so that when it reaches certain pressure, then we're going to bleed off here. So then this one here goes down to the existing return pipe to the fuel tank. So once again, it just comes on via the filter on the standard strut, on the standard firewall. Comes down. It's a pretty good unit. Makes it nice and easy. Comes down. This is going to be on the firewall, the regulator like that. So yeah, does the job. Fits. Less mucking around, bolt-in units. So yeah. So yeah, I know with some units you got to buy, you know, a shitload of AN fittings just to make it all work. But no, this is a nice little unit here by K-tune, nice and simple. If you don't mind the return pipe running across like over your gearbox, then that's fine. But if you want to hide it, then yeah, you got to buy different fittings, and it's going to cost you a couple of extra $100 because these fittings, yeah, they're not cheap, eh? Right, so that's just a mock setup of how the K-tune OEM setup is. So I'm going to go ahead and now take off all these because I'm not going to tighten them up yet because I still got to fit all this into the chassis, but I kind of want to do it with the engine in it, so I know the right angles and if anything's stretched or under stress. So I'm just going to take it off, and then I'm just going to tighten up the fittings at the end of the rails here, just so no dirt gets in there. Alright, so I'm just going to take off this again, and I'm going to put a bit of the thread sealer here on both ends, and then I'll tighten her up. Not too tight, of course, because yeah, you strip the thread, just tight enough. Just go ahead and run your finger on the threads here. Put her in. Just till it stops. On the side. Okay, just till it stops. Right, so I just tightened up the ends, so it's all tight now. Right, so I've just put a bit of thread sealer on that gauge and the vacuum. Alright guys, another night working in the garage here. So I think where I left off, I dummy fitted the fuel system for you guys to have a look at. So the K24 OEM fuel system upgrade. So the rails in there, which I'm pretty happy about. So this is what we've been waiting for. So from JDM yard, this is the TPS sensor. So I decided to go with the Acuity brand. I heard pretty good things about this, and I've got a stock OEM IACV gasket. So the IACV sits here underneath the throttle body, and they're $400 for one brand new one, and apparently they're just for cold start. So since this is going to be a track car, I don't really need cold start for daily driving. So one of my friends said to blank it off, just make a plate and blank it off. So I've been working on this little guy. It's just a piece of scrap aluminium. Pretty much just blanks it off, so it sits like that with the gasket. So hopefully it doesn't leak with the new gasket. So we'll see how it goes. Right, so the blanking plate is on. Pretty good. I put a hybrid racing sticker on there just for shits and giggles, but yeah, hopefully the gasket seals. If it doesn't, then I'll take it back off and we'll figure it out. Right, so the IACV mod is done. So we'll see if that leaks with the new gasket. So we'll open up this Acuity map sensor, sits in it, got a sticker, TPS, and mounting screws. Alright, I've heard a lot of good things about this little guy. Yeah, nothing but good reviews, so apparently it's better than K24. So we'll go ahead and fit it on the Skunk 2 throttle body here. Right, so it is in, mounted up, not tightened obviously because we still need to adjust it. So I'm going to get ahead now and fit it onto the manifold here. Alright guys, so the throttle body is in. I went ahead and installed the accelerator cable holder here. But we're gonna have to loosen this again because when we get the cable in, I want it to line up perfectly, so we just have to loosen that again. Put it in, let it line up, and then we'll tighten the bolts. But yeah, just for now, I'll tighten it up. I've left the TPS loose. So there's two ways you can collaborate this. So you can get a, when it's in the car, you can get a harness, and you plug in the harness, you pretty much just jump it where the pins are, and you bring it to a setting on the multimeter, or you can do it via the HondaNats. So I might do it via the HondaNats. So I'm just going to leave it in the middle, and then I'm going to do it with the HondaNats. Alright, so that is looking bloody good now, super G'd up. Just things that they don't tell you, you know. I've watched a couple of videos on RBC manifolds and how to put them in, and they don't tell you these little things, you know. With the Skunk 2, you know, you think it's easy, just throw in the Skunk 2, but then you've got to get all these bloody gaskets and adapters. You've got to get a new TPS, you've got to get a idle control valve down here, which I've deleted. So it's just things like that that they don't tell you. I watched heaps of videos and they didn't even say any of that. So that's just us finishing up our RBC manifold install. We did the Skunk 2 throttle body, and I also fitted my K24 fuel rail. So if you're liking what you've seen in the videos, plenty more coming your way. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tell all your mates, and I'll see you guys at the next video.